Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry George from CIBN TV, which you can find on YouTube by searching CIBN TV. We've got lots of help there for you in business. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to bring up your sales numbers. And I'm going to be talking about some specific ways of doing it. And it's going to be a lot of help for those of you who've been having trouble closing some deals, getting some business, getting people to sign up for your coaching program, or if you're trying to recruit people, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to find out more about this coming up shortly in a few minutes. All right. So this is a huge subject. Lots of people need help with their sales. And I know that if you are someone who has been struggling to get sales, you're really going to get a lot out of what we're going to share today. The reality is that most people really suck at selling. Okay. It's not just you. So if you're having trouble closing a deal, getting people to maybe sign up for this, maybe your network marketing, trying to get them to, you're getting new recruits, you're having trouble with that. Maybe you're having some trouble, getting people to buy your coaching package. You got a great coaching package. You've taken some courses. You've been working on your marketing, but you're having trouble landing the deals. And maybe you're somebody who is, you've been going out to a lot of networking meetings. You're getting people to have these one-on-ones. You are having fun and you're meeting new people, but you're not closing anyone. In fact, you're a little bit frustrated because, you gave somebody else a lead and they didn't give you a lead and it just didn't seem to be working out. So what is going on? Why are you having such a big problem with selling? All right, so let's talk about how to fix this problem, okay? And there's a few stages to this, but I'm going to be rolling out some really simple how-to things that will kind of roll you one piece into the next. And then I'm going to give you a really big solution at the end, okay? So you're going to want to hang on to this. All right, first of all, let's talk about headspace, first of all, what's going on up here. Because first thing is that if we don't believe that people will buy from us, it will affect how they are responding to us. So I know you can't just reframe the 6 inches between your ears in like 5 minutes before your next sales call, but you can get off to a better start just by doing things like, you know what, get in front of a mirror and stretch your face into an upward position. Okay, get that smile going on, try to get some energy going. So if you're doing Zoom meetings, stand up before you begin and clap your hands together and walk around the room a little bit and kind of get yourself into a good frame of mind, and that will help. Now, when you get into the sales process, I have to ask you some questions like, have you actually scripted this? Because that's a big deal, huge deal. If you don't have a script to follow, you're probably just bouncing around doing a little this and a little that, and you're winging it. And I got to tell you about winging it. Winging it is not a sales process, okay? That is actually what you do when you go to KFC. You're winging it there. That's the appropriate place to be winging it. It is not appropriate to be winging it in your sales processes for your company. Okay, so you want to actually build processes that you follow all the time and create scripts for them. So I'm going to walk you through a couple little easy scripts that you could be doing. So first of all, let's say you're going out networking to get your newest client. You're trying to find somebody to do business with, and you're going to go to a networking meeting. This meeting could be in person, it could be online, CIBN Connect and the WEN group. We have a great group for you doing that in. But let's say you come and you start to do some networking, and what do you say? Well, whatever you say, you should think about it before you're asked to say it. Hello? Most people just show up and here's this winging it thing, right? They just say, well, this is my name and this is what I do. And then you ask for 2 or 3 things. That's a huge fail right off the bat, okay? When you are showing up at a networking meeting, the thing that you want to do is ask for something very specific and only one thing. And you should script out your infomercial before you get there. Now, I have a ton of infomercial training that we do, but let me just give you a couple quick tips, okay? So first of all, to say what your name is and what you do is boring. Nobody's listening, okay? They're all, everyone's doing that in the room, and nobody's really paying attention when you just keep saying, this is my name and this is what I do, and here's a list of my services, and you can use me for this, or you can use me for that, and here's my link for this, and here's my calendar link, and follow me on YouTube. Nobody's doing nothing with that infomercial, I can tell you right now. The amount of appointments that you'll get from that will be zero. So script your infomercial, and instead of throwing out all the things you do, let's just focus on one thing that you do. And why don't you start out by asking a couple of great questions that'll make them think. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. If I was a bookkeeper, I could just list all the things that I do as a bookkeeper, but that would bore them to death. So instead, say something like this. Does anybody know anyone who might have a box of receipts that they haven't been dealing with? Right? That's a problem you solve. So there's a question that makes people think about the problem. Somebody just went, oh yeah, I'm that person when you do that in a large room, right? Ask this provocative question. Ask a couple of provocative questions, and then say, I help people, get all of their receipts in order and be up to date on their bookkeeping so they have peace of mind. Who do you know that I should be talking to? Here is my calendar link. Let's make an appointment now. One simple, clear ask leads to appointments in that process, okay? But the thing about this is that we want to make a script for it. Don't just be winging it, because without a script, you're going to get in there and you're going to have all the best intentions, but instead of talking about what you wanted to talk about, you're going to get distracted and you're going to say something else, or you're going to ask for 2 or 3 things instead of the one thing because you just forgot. So you don't want to have that happen. You want to script that. Now, thank you. Someone just asked me a great question. They said, what provocative question should I ask about website design? Okay, you're looking for new websites to do. So you might ask questions like, do you know anyone that you visited their website lately and it looks outdated? That's a good question. Or, is your website converting to actual clients for you? Those are good questions. How about, have you updated something in your business and you need your website to reflect that? Those are some questions you could use in the area of website design that gets people thinking about, yeah, I think I do need some help with that. Would you like somebody to explain to you how search engine optimization works and why you need it? Ask questions that make people go, oh, yeah, I don't really understand that. I'd like to understand more. So the provocative question should lead them to go, yes, I'd like to meet with you. Meeting with you is a great ask for a networking meeting, because then you can go on to the actual appointment. And this is called a one-on-one. Now, here's another sales tip for you. Should you wing it? Probably not. Okay. In your one-on-one, you should also script it. Now, I want to tell you something about the one-on-one. This is where a lot of people get hung up in that networking process. If you're using your networking as a funnel to bring in new business, the people will try to sell from the net or from this one-on-one. And I got to tell you that is huge fail. Doesn't work. Big reason why is they just don't even know you yet. You haven't won them over. Networking works when we get to know, like, and trust people. And that just doesn't happen off the first meeting. And you wouldn't give them your very best customer in the first meeting, and you shouldn't expect them to give you their very best client either on the first meeting. What is this meeting for? Well, this meeting, the one-on-one, is all about getting to know, like, and trust someone a little bit more, but really it's a sorting process, okay? During this meeting, you should be asking questions to the person that you're meeting with to discover if they could be, number one, your client, okay? Number two, someone who gives you one referral. Or number three, someone who has the same target market as you, and they could give you many referrals over time because their clients would be your clients. So your one-on-one should help you determine that. And you should ask the questions that would help you to determine that. And again, this should be scripted. You shouldn't be winging it. You should actually have a list of questions. And when they start to answer favorably in one direction, you just go into that one direction. So if they're asking you, if you're asking questions and is now you're finding out that this person is your client. So let's say you're the website designer who is listening and you've been asking a few questions and the person is coming back with favorable responses. Maybe you're asking them about, how long it's been since they've updated their website and what kind of marketing they've done in the past. And maybe you're asking them things like, if they have a budget for this. And as they're coming through and answering these questions, you realize, and this person actually is in the market for a new website. And this could potentially be a client for me. So your question should lead in a solid direction of what you would do with a client. But are you going to try and sell them the website right now in this meeting? I would say, don't do that, because they're going to run away. They don't know you well enough yet. But if you ask intelligent questions and they can see that you actually have knowledge about this, you can lead them to making a decision to meeting you again. And when you meet with them the second time on the second appointment, okay, this is now a sales appointment. This is where you do a sales presentation. And the sales presentation should be, you got it, scripted. You need to actually at least write out a list of things that you're going to cover and do it exactly the same way every time. Why? Well, because you don't have data if you don't script the pieces of your sales process. Okay? You just don't have any data. You don't know what worked. And you won't be able to repeat it again next time. You will get one or two here and there. And it's basically the crumbs that fall off the master's table. It is not the full meal deal. Okay? You could get the full meal deal if you scripted the process, because then you could tell exactly what worked and what didn't work. And you can refine it and turn it into a repeatable sales process. Not just by you, but you can actually hire salespeople to do this for you. I cannot tell you how many times I have heard business owners say silly things to me. Lots of silly things. But here's one of the silly things I heard just recently. Someone told me, I don't have to sell my product. In fact, this person had a bunch of investors, so they got a bunch of money. And they said, we're just going to hire salespeople. They'll look after that for us. Will they now? And how are they going to sell something that you don't know how to sell yourself? How are they going to create a sales process or a sales path when you don't know what to even tell them? No, you'll hire someone who will take your base salary and they'll enjoy themselves for a while at your expense, and then they'll quit or you'll fire them and try to replace them with somebody else. And you'll go through this over and over and over again because you do not have a sales process. That kind of sucks. You don't want to be in that position. How do you fix this problem? You create a sales process. So we were talking about the method of going from the networking meeting. Okay, now we're going to the one-on-one. And from the one-on-one, we go to the sales presentation. And real salespeople do not try to mix those things together. Okay, because you can't do a full sales presentation in a one-on-one. And it's not something you shouldn't try to tack on in the last 5 minutes. A real sales presentation is like a half-hour process or 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And you need to give it the time it deserves. Okay, let's say I'm in a network marketing company and I'm trying to do recruitment. All right. This is the same process. You're meeting people, you have a 1 minute ask, a curiosity approach, whatever it is, and it should be scripted and you should follow the script every time. And then you have a one-on-one, and when you're one-on-one, you are sorting. You're deciding whether this person is somebody that you would like to recruit. Okay, maybe you wouldn't like them. Maybe you're finding out in this meeting that you have nothing in common with this person. It's going to be a total pain in the hiney to bring them onto your team, right? Maybe you find out that they're not in the market or they actually like one of your competitors' products. What do I do with that? Well, maybe they still might be good for referring one person to you. So maybe you should funnel them off in that direction with your script, right? Maybe they are the person who is possibly going to do business with you or join your team. Should you try to do your presentation pitch to recruit them right now? No, you won't. Won't work. I'm telling you right now. Very rarely does that work because you're trying to tack that on in the last 5 minutes. You're like, oh, I got them right now. Let's take them through the presentation. Let's share the video with them. How well is that working for you? I bet you it sucks. I bet you it's not working at all. And this is why. You are not actually taking them through the proper sales process. Most network marketing companies have a sales process laid out for you. They actually have a presentation. So follow the plan. And during this time, on the one-on-one, if you establish that, yes, they are in the right market, they could potentially be a shopper for me, or they could potentially be someone who joins my team as a recruit, then the next step would be to have a real presentation time with them and take them through the benefits of joining your team. So how do you do that? Well, at the end of this meeting, the one-on-one, you just book them to the next meeting. You say, it's been great talking to you. I'm glad you answered my questions about this and this and this. And now I think I have some solutions. So I have some solutions for you. And I think we should get together to discuss those solutions. And is Thursday good for you, or would Friday be better? And you book it right now on the spot. Is that super cool or what? All right, there's a lot more to this. I have scripts for all of these things. I have scripts for follow-ups, all of it. But I don't have time to get into it right here. And we also kind of need to work with people one-on-one to really craft these scripts to be great for you. So that is why we put together a February special. And what is our special? Well, we've been running a program at CIBN Connect where we do over 500 networking meetings a year. And we are now joined with WIN, Women's Entrepreneur Network, woohoo, over 75,000 women through Haley Gray's Facebook group. And we have this program called Max Plus. Max Plus is not just networking. We get the WIN weekly, and you get different groups that are available. There's men and women's groups. There's all kinds of cool groups that you can be part of for networking. Now, why go networking when you're trying to increase your sales process? Let's answer that question. Because you need to practice. Hello? You got to get your business in front of people and actually follow the scripts with them and practice to make sure that it does convert. There's no finer place to do this than that networking. So we've created this Max Plus program, which is networking plus sales training. And what do we do during the sales training? Just what I'm doing with you right now. Only we work with you individually. Somebody asked me about websites, but I'm sure that I've got people listening here today who are coaches. We have people who are bookkeepers, accountants, real estate agents, life insurance agents, people who sell things, people who just signed up for something and they want to sell things, but they clearly suck at it and they need some help. No problem. I sucked at it too once. Don't get offended. I know exactly what you're going through. Oh my gosh. I joined a network marketing company like 35 years ago. I think back. It's a long time. It was right after we got off the ark. I was only a child. Anyways, I remember being so afraid of selling that we used to get together in little parties and make our calls together because we were so scared that somebody might ask us, is this that network marketing thing? Seriously, we were so afraid of getting that question that we would stack pots and pans up on the countertop. And if somebody asked us that dreaded question while we were on the phone trying to make an appointment, we would knock the pots off. They go crash. And we go, oh my God, something just happened. I gotta go. Click. That's how little confidence that I had way back then. All right. Guys, today I know how to do this. It is no problem. My closing ratio is very high. 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3, depending what the product is and that kind of thing. We can help you to do this. It's actually not that hard. And you don't need to stack your pots and pans up on the table and knock them off every time somebody asks you a question. We'll actually show you how to answer the question. Okay. And how to be the one who's asking the questions, which is kind of important in sales, actually. He who asks the questions is in control of the interview. So you want to be the one asking the questions. And if you've learned to script the questions in your one-on-one and in your sales presentation and in your follow-up, guess what? Your sales ratio is going to go up. Nice and easy peasy. And it's going to be fun. You'll be slaying it within 6 months if you work with us regularly. How do I know that? Because Darlene Petrie did it, okay? Darlene Petrie is just one of our members who has been slaying it. She killed that sales dragon. Is she a Tony Robbins type? No. She's an introvert and a grandma. And if she can nail the sales process, so can you. No problem. So what did we do with her that made this work? We scripted her infomercial and she did it. And then we scripted the one-on-one and she went through those steps and she turned it into a process. And we scripted the sales presentation. We actually even showed her how to turn it into a presentation screen slide so that she wouldn't forget what she was doing. And then we scripted the follow-up. She made her first sale, I think, within 40 days. She was making a couple sales a month within her second month. And 3 months in, first week of December, she nailed 6 sales in the first week of December. Yep, this stuff works. That's just one. You want to talk to somebody else? Talk to Tiff Loeffler. She's been just increasing in her sales ability, increasing in her confidence. Okay. These are just a couple of people that we've been working with. Another one, Michelle Phillips Nystrom. She's been slaying it. She's closing deals, big deals. Her products sell $2,500 each. Okay. So these are just a few of the people that we've worked with. Oh my gosh. I got a guy in one of my groups who went from $1,200 that he made over the entire summer and then started to really get down and apply the process and brought in $112,000 in commissions. It's basically he's a financial guy. It's like life insurance stuff that he does, right? And he did all that in 3 months. His testimony's on our website, or not on the website, it's on the YouTube channel, CIBN TV. So if you go there and you click testimonies, I think it's the top testimony, check it out. That's what this can do for you. So I put the link in the side there for you. And I think you got a taste of what we can do for you. I would encourage you, reach out, ask questions, get your questions answered, because until you slay the sales dragon, it just continues to take bites out of you. Okay. No other course is going to help you. No lead generation is going to help you, and no tools are going to help you until you can sell whatever it is that you sell.